Ms. Butler?
Here.
Mr. Gilly?
Here.
Ms. Williams? Mr. Lucas? Mr. Ramage?
Here.
Mr. Huball?
Here.
Mr. Jenkins?
The first thing on the agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes from our previous meeting. The commissioners have received the minutes either digitally or in print and have had a chance to read them. Do I hear any additions, corrections, or deletions? Hearing none, I move to accept the minutes as presented. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Gilly?
Yes.
Mr. Ramage?
Yes.
Mr. Huball?
Yes.
Mr. Jenkins?
The case number 250409 BOA, a variance request from Appendix B, Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance Part 3, Use District Section 3.3 RS1, Single Family Residence, 3905, Performance Standard Number 6, rear yard setback. The variance requests are in relationship to the rear yard setback requirements to reduce the 20% minimum setback in Section 3.909 height requirements increased. The subject property identified as a portion of Lot 5 and 10 feet of the revoked alley in Square 2302 in Covington, specifically located at the north corner of West 23rd Avenue and North Madison Street, having the municipal addresses of 202 West 23rd Avenue and 325 North Madison Street, the city of Covington, St. Tammany Parish. Is the petitioner here? Oh, yeah. Okay. So we have one speaker, Mr. Guy Huffan. Step to the mic and say your name and address, and be sure to speak into the mic because it's being recorded.
Okay, Guy Huffon, 202 West 23rd Street, Covington, Louisiana, 70433.
So tell us about the project.
Okay, what I'm trying to do is we're going to remove that house in the back. It's being moved. And then we're going to do it. The church is going to stay like it is. We're just going to do some painting and remodeling the church, new air conditioning units, and everything's going to stay the same in the church. We're going to do a breezeway between the church and that new house, okay? And the new house is going to be like 2,600 square feet. The bottom floor is going to be 14 foot. Second floor is going to be 12 foot. So that's why I need the height a little bit. And I need a garage, and that's one reason why I want it to be 3 feet away from the property line. In the back, instead of 30 feet. And that's all I'm asking.
So you're turning the building into a residence, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you don't want to add any building, you just want to tear down the house and make a breezeway to a carport or a garage?
No, it's a new house, a new structure.
Oh.
No, one house,
One?
and the church. The church is going to stay like it is.
Okay, so you're tearing down the existing house?
Well, I'm getting it moved out of there. I gave it to somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's moving it, okay?
Okay.
So that's all we're going to do. We're going to do a breezeway between the church and the house, the new house. And then at the end, in the back of the property.
Is the church operate as a church?
No, resident.
So you have a residence where the church is,
Yes,
and you have another residence the rear of the church.
yes.
You can't have two houses on one lot.
That was the church. Rod did that years and years ago. That was part of the church. That's what Sunday school or whatever they had there. It was going to the church.
Yeah, but he wants to make two residences now.
So
Well, it's going to be all tied into one.
it's one residence, if I understand
Yes.
the application correctly. It's one residence. It's connected with the breezeway. It's not two separate residences. The building that was formerly a church or house of worship does not have bedrooms, kitchens, anything like that,
No.
correct? It is like a den,
Just a half bath, that's it.
a half bath. It's like a
It's
den.
one house.
So it's
One house.
one house. The garage will come on the new addition, which is going to be connected to the house of worship portion with a breezeway, and that new addition is going to have his 2,700 square foot
Yeah,
house.
2,700 square
Okay,
feet.
with an attached garage. If the garage was detached, it could go up to 3 feet from the rear property line, but because it's attached, it falls under the 20% setback rule.
150, right.
Okay, so that would be 30 feet from the rear instead of 3. So, anyway, so that's what he's looking to do. He's asking for a setback for the rear, and he's asking for a height variance from 35 feet, which is permitted for the zoning, to 40 feet. Because I haven't seen the height plans, but apparently that gives him the option to be as tall as the church.
Right, I'm just, because I think the church is like 40-something feet right now.
Did you fill out one of these, sir? Okay, well, I'll let you come up if you give your name and address, but let me just say, so the church remains the same. The
ma'am.
edifice that was once a house of worship remains the same. Then there'll be another part of that soon-to-be residence attached with a breezeway, is that right? Or the
Yes, ma'am.
house will be attached to the worship, and then the breezeway will be attached to the garage?
No, the breezeway's gonna be between the church and the house,
Okay,
to walk, out the church into the
into
the
your
new
house.
part, to the new part, yes, ma'am.
I'd love to see the plans for this.
What's in the church building?
Nothing right now,
When you finish, what's going
Oh.
to be the,
just antiques, and it's gonna be a big room for me. I got a lot of antiques, a lot of artwork, and that's what we're gonna
what's
do.
going to be like a living room?
Big open living room, yes, sir.
Sort of like a private gallery, I think, sounds like. Does any of the commissioners have a question? We're going to hear another speaker.
You mentioned height. How high is the house going to be?
Well, I'm trying to get to 40 feet, okay? It might be less than that, but I want to ask for 40 feet just in case it is, because he's saying that, the architect's saying that we're going to have a height issue with 35 feet because of
That was in-
14-foot ceilings and 12-foot ceilings upstairs, okay? And that's all, and the church is like 40 feet now,
pass it down.
so it won't be something sticking past the church.
The church is 40 foot now.
Yes.
What you want to put over,
Huh?
excuse me,
40 foot to where the bell
the
tower?
peak,
Yeah, the peak of the roof, yes.
to the rear. That'd be, both of them would be 40 foot height.
Yes, sir. But right now, they got two separate buildings on it right now.
Right.
It's not connected.
Any other questions? Okay, so you can have a seat. If we have questions, we'll ask you. But our
Okay.
next presenter is Mr. Jones. Step to the mic, speak into the mic with your name and address.
My name is Buren Jones. I own the property directly behind this property. I live at 205 West 24th Avenue,
Uh-huh.
which butts up against the property that the gentleman's talking about. I just had some questions that I wanted to ask him. And if you will bear with me, I'll get with it. Do you have a set of drawings for those? Okay. I'd like to see those when they are available. How close are the buildings going to be to the property line? I know you said it's 20% with the standard variance,
So,
but what are you petitioning for? What is the variance now? 3 feet, okay. I would need to know exactly how high the building's going to be because of drainage on my property. I wanted to make sure it's not too close to the property line, so any runoff would go onto my property and cause drainage problems. That's the only concern I have, really.
Do you have drainage problems now, sir?
Yes,
Okay.
and that's really it. And one other quick question, is there a variance difference between alleys and between regular property?
I'd have to refer to the legal counsel.
Once the alley removes,
It becomes regular property.
the 10 foot of the alley becomes part of the zoning lot.
Right.
It counts for what the setback is. It's part of the lot now. So instead of the lot being 20 by 140, I
150.
mean 60 by 140, it's now 60 by 150, which also changes your rear setback line from 44 feet to 30 feet. Just because of the increased depth of the lot.
I might add, on the flooding part, anytime you build a structure, somebody builds, you cannot flood your neighbor, so whatever runoff on his roof comes down, have they take care of it to get it out of there? And that's
Exactly.
your problem.
That's the kind of
that's
assurance
the hard
that I would
part.
like to hear from this gentleman. He
So,
will do proper, what do you call them?
Gutters and all that,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
That's my concern. 3 feet is not a problem, as long as he, you know, takes care of the drainage.
You live in the
Is
house?
that- I live in the property directly behind him and adjacent to his, is that gonna be a garage? By me, close in the alley will be a garage.
Champagne's old house.
I remember Mark
Which will
Johnson
only
lived
be
there right
about
after he got married.
12, 14 feet.
I have a question for Ellen, or Mr. Huffman. So there's a house there now, and so how much more space will be taken up by building? The house that there's now, if I'm not mistaken, is raised, right?
yes.
Right.
but
Are
the
you going to
house-
build a raised house, or are you going to build on the ground? Okay.
Okay, so I have a question, Mr. Huffman. So when you were in our office and we were discussing your variance, you weren't, my understanding was you weren't going 3 feet to the end of the 150 feet. You were shooting for 3 feet to the end of the 140 feet, plus the 10 feet from the alley, correct? So it was 13 feet from the back of the alley. No, I'm asking, I'm not telling you. So you just want 3 feet from the rear? Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
So, so by code for garage, if it was detached, he could go 3 feet from the rear property line. It's the attached garage that's limiting the setback. Is an accessory structure can be 3 feet from the rear property.
Are these the only plans that we have? We don't have any bigger ones?
He hasn't submitted for a building permit. He got to this point and was sent to our office for a variance.
Yeah, he needs a variance so he can do his plan.
Oh, I see, okay.
And while,
Yeah, exactly.
so his other neighbor reached out today too regarding a live oak in her yard. And she just wanted everybody to know that if the height goes up, and I spoke to building permits about this too, we absolutely have to have a permit to trim the live oak and all that.
The lady that lives in the house on 23rd
Yes, 2210
with the white
West
fence
23rd.
around it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
They just
Probably,
bedroom.
that's my neighbor.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be.
So, but
he doesn't
he
look
would,
like the type.
anything to the tree would require a permit. He already
Well, he has to
had
get the
discussed that
variance
with the
before he
building
can get
official.
the
I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware.
The commissioners need to discuss this a little bit. Rod, do you have any comments, or?
Is the breezeway gonna be a covered, just covered breezeway, or is it gonna be closed in? So it'll be a closed, like more of a walkway?
How big is the house going to be again, please?
I really don't know yet because I don't have plans yet, but we plan to do 2,600.
Or what is your dream for this
Well, I like to-
square footage?
I like to do 3,000, but we might have it fit 3,000, so might be like 2,600 square feet.
And what's the existing house on there now, about 600,
No, I think it's
1,200?
1,400 feet, maybe 1,200 feet.
This is a two-story house, that'll be the addition.
Yeah. I mean, counting the garage, probably 2,600 square feet.
The garage will be 600, and the house will
Somewhere.
be 3,000?
No, 2,000, 2,400, 2,400, 600 square feet with the garage.
Not enough room for.
Oh, so the 3,000 you were counting in the garage?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
And the breezeway too, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
The breezeway might be like 10 feet away from the church. We're gonna have to
And you
do it.
said you were going to build it up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not,
Two-story.
it's going to be,
Have you heard any of the neighbors besides that gentleman there?
Ellen,
Flooding.
have you had any questions from the existing neighbors?
Just the neighbor to the
With the
left.
tree.
With the tree.
Yeah, with the tree.
She said she wasn't opposed to the project, she just wanted to make sure her tree was protected.
We think we'd like,
So
well, I think we got 8
your
feet.
neighbor, your closest neighbor would be Furman Hall, right? City Hall.
Well, the
Yeah,
gentleman behind you.
yeah, close. I put the roof on that City
Yeah.
Hall a long time ago.
Yeah. Anybody want to make a motion? Mr. Gilbert? I'm a little confused myself. What about you, Mr. Benjamin? You want to make a motion? Oh, yeah, the emphasis. What about Mr. Rowland?
Who said there was a few?
I'm always I just not confused with the whole configuration, but I think that's what it is.
Okay.
He's gonna go to the property line, there'll be very little green space.
And what's on the back side, this gentleman?
The other one, house,
Yeah, what's on the back side of the property line that he's asking for the variance? Is it his house?
is like, the gentleman,
Yeah, gentleman in the blue jacket?
yeah. His house, he said he was mine. But the flood is.
Right.
The ordinance against that.
Right, yeah.
So you need to make a motion.
He's gonna do it. This is the existing house he wants to tear down. Yeah, yeah. And then this is where that is, right here. Yeah, we got this in the packet, yeah. So it wouldn't be much further. I always get confused with the square footage. Yeah, I did. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. They didn't wait for the vote. Okay.
All right, well, I'm confused.
Huh? I think that's what it is. So you're gonna make a motion to approve? I would just say, vote, make a motion to approve it, and then I can just say. Oh, yeah, I think it's just. Y'all ready?
Sure.
Glad, I'm glad somebody is. I'm gonna make it. Give me a second. I'd like to make a motion that the requested variance be approved. Do I hear a second? Roll call, please.
Ms. Butler?
I'd rather wait till the end.
Who's
Mr.
second?
Gilly?
No.
Mr. Romich?
Yes.
Mr. Huball?
No.
Mr. Jenkins?
Yes.
Ms. Butler?
No.
Please.
Case number 2.
Wait, so,
Yeah.
so Ms. Butler, did I understand correctly, you made a motion to approve as submitted and then voted no?
I'm sorry, I can't
Yeah, I
hear.
know, I just want to make sure I had it correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Case
And
number
who's-
2504-10, BOA, a variance request from Appendix B, Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance, Part 6, Covington Sign Regulations, Section 6.111, permanent signs in non-residential districts, wall signs, size. The request is specifically to replace the current non-conforming 130.45 square foot wall sign with a new 198.26 square foot wall sign. Subject property is described as Tract A, CONT 6.317, ACS Town of Claiborne, Section 42, 711, having municipal address is of 2800 North Highway 190, Covington, Louisiana, more commonly known as Walmart. Who keeps paying?
So if I could real quick,
Oh.
Walmart is updating a lot of their signage on this property.
Yeah.
This one particular sign, they're trying to enlarge it. They would like to enlarge it. The code would let it be 120 square feet with the new code, but the code doesn't take into consideration the distance from the highway and the trees.
From the highway, is that what you said?
Yes, from Highway 190.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they're applying for the variance to make the sign larger because of the treescape. So what-
The first speaker is Desiree Gutierrez, is that right? I'm sorry. She said you flew in. Did you fly in from Arkansas?
I flew in from Michigan,
Oh, okay.
so it's quite nice down here. It's not 40 degrees.
Okay, so you need to speak into the mic clearly, your name and address.
Okay, would you like the business address or my home address?
Business is fine.
Okay, Desiree Govitz, 1705 South Walton Boulevard, Bentonville, Arkansas, 72712.
Okay, so Ellen explained it, but I want to hear from, what is the reasoning behind this request?
Sure, so...
And what the hardship would be?
So, basically, when we had built this Walmart, the way that we had calculated the signs was different than the way we calculate them now. So it's not really enlarging it a whole lot as the 60 or so square feet that is being calculated now versus the old square footage. Basically, we are bringing everything up to Walmart standards and encompassing our whole combining the Walmart neighborhood markets with the Walmart supercenters.
When I read this, one of the things that this name of the store is Our Neighborhood Walmart. And so you're saying you want to conform to business standards, but what about the standards of the neighborhood that you're in?
So it's going to be, the new sign is going to say Walmart Covington Market instead of Walmart Neighborhood Market. So it's going to bring in Covington and tie it into the community.
And why was that necessary?
We are trying to implement that across all of our neighborhood markets in order to bring a little bit more uniformity as well as tying back into the neighborhoods that we're serving.
Another question that I had, and I'm sorry if I seem belligerent,
No, you're fine.
but I have my reasons. How many people in this country would you say had a phone with a GPS?
Oh, I would assume at least most of them.
So, if it's a directional sort of thing, and I know that your store is a destination place, don't you think that people would already know and wouldn't really need any signage to say that this is a Walmart in the town of Covington?
Yeah, you could say that, absolutely. I haven't had the pleasure of driving by the Covington Neighborhood Market, but I did look on Google Maps, and I did notice that there's a lot of trees blocking the area, so it's kind of a beacon of people that could be potential customers versus somebody that lives and shops in Covington to bring them into the Walmart.
So your hardship is that you just want to conform to corporation standards. That's all the hardship is.
No, we'd also like to have a little bit more visibility from the highway as well.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody would, who wants to go there would already know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
And, and people don't read signs anymore, including stop signs, so I don't,
Yeah. You're preaching.
and I
to the
think
choir.
anyway, I'll turn it over to the other commissioners.
I'm good. You know, my only thing is, the business that I'm in, we're in a world right now where we're reducing signs. We're going through, sign ordinances and,
Yep.
Over Jefferson Parish, over in New Orleans, and everybody's kind of like downsizing the signs, kind of to the tune of what she said. People kind of know where you're at. Yeah. The other thing is, I guess it's the new vibe right now, the blue panel. Walmart's always had it. A lot of banks are going to it. A lot of people are starting to go to the blue front buildings. Somebody came along one day and said that the blue is more attractive and catches your eye more than the fluorescent green. So that's the only thing that holds me back from it.
Sure.
I think we can see it enough.
Yeah. Recently in the news, I have a question too, which might play into this, is that I noticed that some of the news was about Walmart following Sam's and Costco and putting gas stations in the front. Are those in front of neighborhood markets, or are those in front of the big Walmarts?
Sometimes they're in front of the neighborhood markets. I think
And the
it
way that
just-
it was described in the
Yeah.
article that I read, that the top of the gas station, well, the top of the roof that hovers over the pumps would have Walmart written on there. Big letters. So, I didn't know whether you knew from corporate whether or not there was plans to do that. I don't see that there's space there, but
No.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of at this point. This project isn't really touching the gas station that's there. That's not to say it couldn't change in the future, but the prototypes that I've seen for the gas stations don't have that overhanging like you're talking about. It's just usually like a smaller canopy sign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the one I saw was just like Costco, only said Walmart. So. I don't think, in my opinion, that you have proved a hardship, other than you just want to do what corporate says. So I'm making the motion that this request be denied. Roll call. Oh, second, please.
I'll second it.
Roll call. Now, remember, I said denied, so, okay, yeah.
Ms. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Gilly?
Yes.
Mr. Romich?
Yes.
Mr. Hubal?
Yes.
Mr. Jenkins?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. The administration wants me to remind the commissioners, if you haven't already done your ethics and sexual harassment training. What's the deadline, Ellen? Deadline for the trainings?
So our HR was hoping to have them done by the end of April, but they've said if I can get it to them by mid-May, they'd be happy, since we have some new members and people trying to work on it.
So it's May?
Yes, please, mid-May, May 15th, up in that area. If you're having any problems getting it done, let me know. And also, just a reminder that we are having a community meeting on April 30th at the Firehouse Center. I think it's for 5:45 for the update of the code. It's going to be like an open house, lots of questions, lots of feedback, back and forth, so you really...
What is it you're saying? A meeting when?
The community meeting with Desire Line to update the
Oh,
code.
yeah,
April
I already have
30th,
that on my
just a
calendar.
reminder, yes,
That
ma'am.
other thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, any other business for the good of the order? Welcome to the new alternates, Mr. Hubal and Mr. Leroy, who I didn't recognize. Meeting is adjourned.
I don't know why.
Thank you.